and welcome back to the Spotlight Games podcast. I am your host. They gave me the reins again, and they're gonna fucking regret it. I am the dumpster boy, Kamen here, and today joining me is not Patrick, because Patrick would never let me do this if he was the host of that episode. I have one half of JK Games, Jerica Hannah. That's not your full. That's actually your what? Hannah's your middle name, right? No, you just have three full first names.
I have four first names.
Full
Yeah,
first.
yeah. I'm afraid to give out like one of them because
You
that's
don't need to
too much
give
info.
That's PII.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's already computers trying to steal my information, and we're just asking for it.
Here, there, everywhere. How do you feel? How do you feel about video games right now, Jerica?
I'm a little nervous, to be honest. You know,
Sure.
I
mean,
I'm nervous about a lot of things, but you know, when it comes to my hobbies and passions, the way I escape reality, I want those things to stay intact as long as they can because it keeps me sane.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm a little, you know, once again, I'm concerned about all of it and where it could turn. When, like, in the matter of a week, we'll talk about later, like with the EA buyout situation, you know, Mass Effect's like a big game I'm really hoping to see again one day. And then on the other side of it, like, I don't know, how much is Xbox Game Pass about to be? $30? That's crazy.
It's like a left kidney in today's economy, I believe.
Basically. So, and I've already sold one. I'm just kidding. I haven't yet. Or have I?
No. I might. Depends on how much groceries cost next week.
You never know. You never know.
Well, you know, let's say look, the truth of the matter is that while yes, this episode is going to start on a bleak foot, just like most of the episodes that I host, we are going to get into some fun topics. Today we're going to talk about, as Jerica said, we're going to talk about EA getting bought out by the Saudis and why that's probably terrifying. And you should be just as terrified. We're also going to talk about how Xbox is, well, also doing things that we hate. But don't worry, we're going to talk about something fun.
Can I get one other thing that I also had to do today that I hate?
Yeah, please.
I went to the dentist and I lied to them.
Fuck off. No,
I lied to them. I was
Good.
like, I did. I lied to them real good. I was like, well, where's the last time you've been to the dentist? That's not how they actually sounded, but I mean,
really how they do, though.
When was the last time you've been to the dentist? And I was like, 2 years. It's been a couple years. I've been bad. It's been 2 years. Yo, it's been 5, maybe 6. Yeah. And guess what? I didn't have any cavities. Your girl's teeth are fine. I grit my teeth a lot. They're like, you need to put something in that mouth to protect those teethies. But I thought I stopped.
As some say, you're a grinder.
Yes, I am. Ooh.
You know what? They also say that leads to a long elderly life of nothing but nubbins.
Is that a term for something else too?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Here, get a little gumming. Sorry, a gumming.
Getting good old fashioned gummed.
Getting gummed. That's how you know that this is a part of Spotlight episode is when the dumpster boy shows up and all of a sudden starts talking about getting gummed. What else are we talking about today? We're talking about Ghost of Yotei. Jerica and I have had hands-on action experience. We were going to try to talk about this last week. We didn't do it. We wanted to get more time in. Glad we did, because I have a lot of thoughts. And guess what? They might be spicy. They might be spicy. They might be spicy. Not spicy at all, actually. I will definitely piss some people off, though, because anytime you give any praise whatsoever to anything, you're going to piss somebody off. So, with that out of the way, let's jump into a little bit of housekeeping. We have a whole lot of video game stuff to talk about because this is the Spotlight Games podcast, where each week we spotlight the latest and the greatest of the world of video games. Let's do a little housekeeping, because let me tell you, this is October 7th. And by God, Jerica, the month of October is slammed to the fucking gills. Every hole of mine is filled. Every single hole is filled. That's how jam-packed we are right now.
Well, you know what you do with filled holes? You got to blow them out. Woo! We got to find a game. We got to find a game to blow it out.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I think we've
Fill
got
out your holes.
a couple games that we could do to blow some things out. So let's talk a little bit about this. Housekeeping. Last night, video game book club. Jerica, tell me a little bit about that. You're one half of video game book club through JK Games. Tell me what you guys were up to.
We are just playing our way through Silent Hill F, trying to not get our holes filled by stab wounds, knives, other
Try not to
creepy
get new holes filled. New
new.
holes
That's what I'm trying.
created.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, because I have too many. I don't want any other holes. And yeah, we're just playing. Luckily, it's not a super long game. So I think it's like a 12, 15-hour experience. So that's why we chose to do it this month. We would like to wrap up doing something else in the month of
Have you been
October.
enjoying it?
Yes, it's been a little jarring going back and forth between Yotei and Silent Hill F because they're two different types of like combat style games, and it's hard to slow down to speed up.
One sucks, one's great.
No, I mean they both have their things, but you know, I am enjoying the combat in Yotei way more. I'll say that, but I do like the atmosphere of Silent Hill F. It is definitely creepy, and apparently there's some twists and turns we have yet to see. So have to tune in next week when we do our final review. We'll be done with the game next week.
Ooh, well, you heard it here first, folks. Tune into the final of that. I'm excited because I won't be playing it, and I can't wait to hear you guys reveal the ending of the game live to me.
I got to the titty monster.
There's a titty monster. Well, never mind then. Maybe I'll play it.
They call them mounds, but it's definitely a breast. I think.
It's a boob. I hate to digress in the middle of housekeeping, but I watched VHS Halloween last night. And there's the first segment's titty monster. Oh shit. We'll talk off air about that. We'll have another messy podcast about how fucking good the VHS series is. All right, moving on. So last night was Video Game Book Club. Tonight is Spotlight Games. And guess what? Tomorrow, the possible stream tomorrow night between the Dumpster Boy and Patty Fatstacks, our own Patrick Schweiger, potentially doing a horror stream. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. Then on Thursday, we have our Dido episode. This episode is going to be me, Kayla, P-Schwag, P-Schwussy for a horror franchise showdown. So come crown the best horror game franchise of all time, or at least yell at us for being wrong, which you guys tend to always fucking do. On Friday, things are getting even spicier, potentially, because we're working out the kinks. Potentially having a Friday launch stream of Little Nightmares 3, starring none other than Kayla and Patrick. You're probably sitting here thinking, you're saying, Dumpster Boy, where's Jake Twitchin and Cog at? Where are those two boys up to right now? They're not up to anything because they're two little baby back bitches that can't play scary games. Then, on Sunday, we will round the week off with another, dare I say, scandalous stream where I, the Dumpster Boy, will be dumpster diving once more into the world of horror games. And we decided before the episode went live that we were going to play Poop Killer Flush or Die. So
it's true. I was there. It happened.
Want to see that? I'm getting an alert from the chat. Alert from the chat says Kayla and Patrick locked in on a Friday night Little Nightmares stream. So before we go into what we usually do, which is what we've been playing, which is not going to happen tonight, because if you've ever tuned in to a Dumpster Boy Takes Over Spotlight stream, I always forget what we've been playing. The one segment we always do on the show, as Patrick always says on episodes, we're doing that for a reason, though. It's because we've played Ghost of Yotei. That's been the bulk. And obviously, I'm not going to cut into book club to have some Silent Hill F thoughts. So we're just going to save what we've been playing to the end, because it's going to be beefy, juicy, thick what we've been playing. And I can't wait to do it. But before we do that, want to give some shout outs for the chat. We got High Score Weekly. We got P-Schwag. We got the other person that's in Video Game Book Club, Kayla Gray. We got Jake Twitchin. We got Cog and Eclipse. And that, there's some other people in there that are probably doing and saying some silly things that I haven't seen yet. Either way, it's exciting things. And I'm very excited to say, jumping right into this, we're going to get into some news. So I hope you're ready for the news spotlight. We're gonna start off the news spotlight tonight. Getting hung up already. We're gonna get hung up already on this. And we're gonna talk about the EA Saudi buyout because I feel like this is probably the oldest news story that we haven't covered yet. And we've been so busy with everything. We haven't really had like a proper episode. Last week we missed this news story because we were doing the hot dog jamboree. And so we're getting into the mix. We're getting into the fray. So let's jump right in. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, the Saudis have essentially bought out EA. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go over this recap. And Jerica, at any point in time, I'm going to stop a couple times. I want to get some feedback from you. Hear what you have to say. So the EA Saudi buyout, what happened and why it's bad for consumers in the industry. So in a major shakeup in the gaming world, EA Electronic Arts has reportedly been acquired by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the same sovereign wealth fund that has been investing heavily in sports entertainment globally. This buyout marks one of the biggest moves by the PIF in the video game sector, giving it significant control over one of the industry's largest publishers. Now, initially, they didn't tell us that it was the Saudis who were buying out EA. It was basically, it was just like, they're going private. And I think a lot of us were really excited about that. And for a lot of reasons, things like less crunch time typically in a private owned area. You know, you're not beholden to shareholders as much. So it was kind of an exciting venture. And then the Saudis get announced. And then that's a little terrifying. So, Jericho, I kind of wanted just your overall broad stroke thoughts just on the announcement itself. Like, where's your head at here going into the news of this? This is obviously not fun.
No. I've been in, and go ahead and say, I guess whoever's in the chat listening to my expertise on this, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know how any of that works. And I'm going to break this down as easily as I can in my little baby brain. I'm scared when anything is getting bought these days, especially when there's IP that I really care about that's underneath it. And I know EA specifically has never been like the golden child of video game development. Like, it definitely has been like, they've done a lot of things to make money. They've done a lot of things that have made the gamers mad. But they make a lot of gamers happy with the sports games, EA, whatever, the footballs and the basketballs and this hockeys and whatever. So like, their buffet of what they could offer anyone is pretty large. Sure. But, you know, I don't know, just like going back a few years, like I just haven't seen a huge thing, any big thing. I mean, I can think about Dragon Age, but it's almost like I don't think of BioWare as part of EA, even though it is. But like just EA pushing anything new, it's just always the same. Sure. It reminds me of like Assassin's Creed. You know, like Ubisoft putting out, it's like every year you're gonna get a new Madden game or whatever. So I know that's where the bulk of their income probably comes from, but now that they're private, and I'm gonna be honest, I know nothing about this group. Sure. It sounds like some organization that might not know impacts that games can have and types of stories that could be told with games, or maybe they see the potential with revenue with the sports empire that EA has built.
Let me jump in there, and I can give you a little bit of insight about the Saudi group, because this is, and I do think it's very important to say just outright, is that there's a lot of nuance to the story as well. There's a lot of moving parts. Nothing really is technically set in stone. There has to be a lot of approvals that go into place, things like that. And EA has essentially come in and said like we're not opposed to just selling chunks of ourselves off, because we're like 20 billion in debt, something like that. And so there are things where there could be, where it is potentially a situation where Madden and the sports games get rolled over, but like they sell off BioWare. Dragon Age might get sold off to the highest bidder, which will most likely just be Xbox. And then Xbox will just lay them off like they always do. They're
going to get laid off either way.
They're going to, and that's the other thing too. There's also going to be massive layoffs that are going to take place if this does go through. High Score Weekly in chat says Kamen should explain the group because it's the Saudi government plus Jared Kushner. LOL. You're not wrong. It is. So let's get into a little bit of the geopolitical influence
God damn
here.
it. Why is it affecting my shit now? You know,
It's
all of this
because
is
they
it's
hate
affecting
us.
everything.
They're very rich and they hate normal people and they want to see us suffer. That's the only reason I can think. All right, so the geopolitical influence here. So the Saudi group, it's a government-owned fund, so the PIF, with our authoritarian ties. They now hold sway over game development, publishing. This raises concerns about censorship, content sanitization, and ideological influence on game narratives, themes, and business decisions. And that's very important to know because Saudi Arabia is incredibly conservative, like incredibly conservative. Like they murder journalists also. Like they're not. These are things that are not just like, oh wow. And I'm also pretty sure that they also did 9/11. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. And so Saudi itself, they're not like the idea of this is not great. And Saudi group, who's been like part of this PIF, has been doing this. They're trying to infiltrate. Because let's be honest, the video game industry has the ability to, if run correctly, become $1 trillion+ industry. You know, like I mean, if it isn't already, like it's such a huge thing. Some other issues that we have here is that we're also essentially like with EA. EA is the front runner for microtransactions, loot boxes, and like first party, just like our profit first practices. So we run into that. We also have zero accountability for the Saudi group or Saudi fund or whatever the fuck they're going by right now to be anything consumer friendly. Like they have they're limitless amounts of money backing this rights. We also have just the ethical and human rights concerns about freedom of expression, LGBTQ rights, gender equality that they're super terrible for. Creative restrictions, and then just power expansing, I think, is the other, which is just essentially absorbing video games into like one massive thing that's going to be run by a bunch of people who have very outdated, very biased, and very bad. I don't know. I want to say bad rhetoric. It is bad rhetoric, but it's being run by a group of people who think very little of others, and we don't want that. I don't know why. Like I don't know. I'm flummoxed by this, Jerica.
Well, it seems like, you know, I'm just doing a quick little search. I haven't done a lot of research on this, but obviously, you know, most of the major companies are just obviously all owned a little bit by the same people. If we look at the very top.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem this investment fund specifically very hands-on and a lot of investments with video games. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
overarching theme, I think here too, and this is what I think gets me. Did you watch Alien Earth yet?
No.
So, okay, so Alien Earth, okay, it's great. Fuck, you gotta fucking watch it. It's amazing. Part of Alien Earth though is that they talk about this like the Earth essentially is broken up into like 3 major corporations who have like chunks of land. And you've got like Wayland, Yutani, and then I forgot what the last one is. That the last one's the most important one because there's like who the show follows. Either way, this is kind of what it feels like, where it's gonna like eventually we're gonna get into a moment where it's just gonna be like state-run video games where you're gonna have like China and Tencent are gonna own half the market. Saudi is gonna own half the market. I'm just waiting for Trump coin to swoop in and like fucking Baron Trump and his fucking gangly ass 7'8", his fucking limbs that are just what the fuck is wrong with that? We don't have to call him a kid. He's in college now. What's wrong with that fucking piece of shit? We can say it now. He's no longer a child. Even if he was a child, I'll still call his ass out. You fucking gangly bitch. So we're eventually going to get there. That's what my worry is. That's what's going to happen. We're just going to be in this shitty fucking place full of this. I'm tired of talking about this subject though. Because let's be honest, do we really want to talk anymore about EA?
Yeah, it's sort of shitty. I hate it. Mass Effect's probably never going to happen. So I just want to give up. I give up on video games. I'm done with the podcast. I'm just kidding. Or am I?
I'm potentially kidding. After this next story, we might all be done with the podcast. And that's because Phil Spencer takes us out to the farm because Xbox continues to suck ass. Fuck, I put the wrong one up there. I'm sorry. Sorry, banner, one more banner. I put the wrong banner. Xbox continues to hate you.
But isn't
Shit.
everything an Xbox? So is
Fuck, yeah,
everything
everything's
sucking ass? Everything hates me. That sounds about
yeah,
right.
that's also the wrong. Hold on. Here we
Okay.
go.
Oh, there's another one.
Xbox continues to do things that confuse us. That's
Suck
more
ass. Thank
sanitized.
you.
That's way more sanitized than that. All right, let's talk about this, Jerica. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price rises to $30 a month. Microsoft adds more day one content and throws in Fortnite Crew and Ubisoft Plus Classics to help justify the cost. This is by Wesley Yin
I didn't
Poole
hear that part.
over. Nothing justifies the cost. This is that's the title of the article on IGN by Wesley and Poole. We're just gonna go ahead and read through. It's just a real quick gonna burn through this, and then Jericho, I'm giving you the mic so that you can start screaming into the abyss. Microsoft has kicked off October by announcing a significant price rise for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which comes just over a year after the last price rise for the subscription service. In July 2024, Microsoft raised the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate from $16.99 a month to $19.99 a month in the US, with similar price increases occurring all across all other markets. At the same time, it has introduced a new standard tier at the original game price ultimate price that lacks day one game access. Now, just 14 months later, Microsoft has once again hiked the price of Ultimate, which jumps from $19.99 a month to $29.99 a month. That's an increase of 50% in the US, or an extra $120 per year. In the UK, the jump is 53.33%, with Ultimate rising from £14.99 to £22.99, or an extra £96 a year. In a blog post reviewed by IGN, Microsoft justified the price hike by adding various new features to Game Pass and some big new games, including Warner Bros. Blockbuster Hogwarts Legacy. Today, Microsoft insisted creator participation and player engagement in Game Pass are at an all-time high, but failed to announce an updated subscriber number. Microsoft has said that the subscription service reached a new annual record of nearly $5 billion in revenue for the first time this year, following the launches of The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, Doom the Dark Ages, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Circa fucking fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's on your mind? Tell me what you think.
What's funny is that I canceled my Game Pass subscription like 3 months ago because there's nothing on there that I want to play. And everything that I'm playing, I'm just buying one time and it's cheaper in the long run. I've found out where I'm trying to, save where I can, that a lot of these subscriptions just add up and people forget about them. And I think I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner, because I really don't see how they are making enough money to, based on the amount of games that are in that library. One, I still think whatever it was before, was it $10, $15 a month? I still don't think you're getting what it's worth at that price point, to be honest, unless you're like in a family and your kid wants to play new games. It is at this point, to me, better just to buy the game and own it and be done. I don't want to rent my games anymore. I think I'm over it. I'm tired of renting.
I want to point out something. This comes from High Score Weekly in the chat. He says this is literally trickle down of C-suite telling execs they need to go. They need the chart to go up, and easiest ways to increase the price.
Well, yeah, and
yeah,
I'm eager to see like how that works for them, because I don't feel like, I don't have the stats on the numbers. Maybe you did a little research. I don't know. I don't feel like Game Pass was in the best place anyway. So I guess, are you trying to recoup what you can from your subscribers that are there? Because like, I just don't know if it's doing well for them regardless. Which is scary, the fact that it's getting hiked now, and I feel like there's nothing there to even make it more valuable, other than you did list all those things there, including, and I'm like, it just sounds like junk to me, to be honest.
It really is junk, and I think, I mean, The truth is you can't do something where you like are like, oh, earlier in the year we've had the record-breaking profits. We've had record-breaking profits. We also laid off 10,000 employees. Like being like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like you can't say that and then be like 10,000 employees. You also can't say that and then say like, oh, also we're going to charge you way more money. We just had record-breaking profits. We're going to charge you more money though. Is like, once again, it's so fucking tone deaf. And I sit here and I talk about this, and Patrick and I have talked about this on the show for years. For years. Phil Spencer, I don't know why he seems to get this like free pass, but like, I don't think anyone can point out to me like one thing that he's done that has been consumer friendly. Be like, oh, well, Game Pass's inception was. But like, if anything, Game Pass's inception, I would go as far as to say is like hurt video games as a whole. I would probably blame Game Pass for shit like there being 10,000 layoffs at Microsoft. It's an unsustainable business practice. And that's why they're now charging you $360 a month for it. And like normal people won't be able to pay for it. They can't justify it. You show me a single game that justifies that. Even telling me like, well, Microsoft had their biggest list of games to drop in years this year. And I can almost guarantee you not a single one of those is going to show up in the Game of the Year conversation at the Game Awards. So it's like, don't fucking tell me like, oh, we're a premier thing, but we're going to give you like dog shit games, or not dog shit, just mediocre games. We're going to charge you at the house to play them because we're going to bump up to $80 soon. And that's how they're going to justify this $360.
I'm eager to see like what I would love to see the data on like, who's subscribed to this, like what age range? Is it families, parents? Because like that makes sense to me in some situations, but like I look at it now as I feel like the best way to get me to buy something and stay in your ecosystem is to give me a great demo, have a demo available. Cause like that's really what I use Game Pass for. It's like I know games are coming to it that I'm not going to want to buy, but I want to try to see if it's any good, but I don't want to drop $80 or whatever for the game. So that's what I use it for. And I'll subscribe, cancel, whatever. I mean, I'll do this same thing when Fable comes out, but now I'm actually I'm trying to think like the next big Xbox game. If it comes out, what will I do? Will I just resubscribe? Keeper's a good one. I'm going to resubscribe for that, but I'm going to cancel it after I'm done playing it.
That's fair. I mean, at that point, what is Keeper? What is the price of Keeper? Because here's the thing.
You're right. This is a good question because if it's only like $20 more, because this is a good example.
Own that. You can own that game because with Game Pass, you don't own shit. And that's the other problem. You're essentially renting these games. So you're paying $360 for this. There's a reason why my background is just a shit ton of physical movies. And it's because I'm so fucking tired of logging on to like Netflix or Hulu. And they'd be like, oh, that movie I wanted to watch is no longer streaming here. I now have to go pay, $8 to go fucking watch something and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this sucks. So I just buy them outright. We're getting back to a place where that's going to be the case. And then if they start bringing and rolling in that shit where they're like, oh, you're only buying the license to this game, then like demand we go back to physical media. Bringing in our friend Mangu from anecdotal experience talking with friends. My Xbox only friends will keep the sub. Everyone else either wasn't subbed or will cancel drop down to a lower tier. Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's totally fair. Here's the thing: I just renewed my PlayStation Plus yearly subscription. Just renewed, which has the catalog and everything. $120. So like. I don't get day one games, but like I fucking burn through games when they come to that. I play games I'll never play. I fucking downloaded the WWE game just because I wanted to beat up the racist Hulk Hogan. Like what? I'm not going to get that opportunity anywhere else. So like that's to me, I'm sitting here like when we went back and we're laughing at Sony when they announced like this is what we're going to do, but you don't get day one games. This is actually, I think, I think that's better to me, at least. Like, I don't know.
Because, I'm always going to buy, like, the thing I'm, like, Ghost of Yotei, like immediate purchase. Like I'm gonna make that happen. I want to buy that game. But if I had an option to subscribe to play it, like I just doesn't make sense because I want to own that game. Just be done. It's cheaper that way.
Ooh.
Oh God. What's
Ooh.
happening here?
Our buttons have been hit.
I thought we were about to get into like sitting on a soapbox.
We're good.
Here.
Yeah, that's
I thought that was the moment. I was like, do I need to get on my soapbox? Do I need to go rant?
You know,
Okay.
it's still good. Look, hey, here's the thing. When you're on this, when you put me in the host chair, you never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes we're gonna expand all over the screen. I don't know what we did. There is some chatter going off in the chat over here, though. I do want to call out a few things. Kayla Gray says she can't tell us the last time that she used PlayStation, presumably PlayStation Plus, or maybe just her PlayStation. To which I would say, Kayla, be better. John Salantu Mangu says the biggest head scratcher is how PC Game Pass is still $17. It still has $17. It still has day one. I think they just want you to play on PC. I think that really is. I don't think maybe that's the thing is they don't want you to play on Xbox anymore because we won't get another Xbox. Like we won't get another Xbox console. He also follows up by saying,
to be an Xbox. Maybe that should be the slogan. Everything is about to be an X. Everything else is about to be an Xbox except the Xbox.
Look, here's the thing. He traded in his Xbox on Sunday because it's useless now that PC Game Pass has cloud and is half the price. I really think this might be it. This might 100% be it that it's just pushing people. What if we see Microsoft is getting in with like Nvidia and like we just don't know what's about to fucking happen and then they're like, "Oh, and it's all of a sudden you're going to have like this like mega conglomerate disgusting filth." And then Kayla says that her husband hogs the PlayStation, which you know what? If you haven't learned yet in your marriage how to wear the pants, Kayla, I can't help you. I can't help you. Okay. All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps up. I feel good. I feel like we're in a good place here. Talking about Microsoft. We know that Microsoft sucks. We know that Microsoft hates you. You know who doesn't hate you?
Who?
Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, the devs behind Ghost of Yotei love us. They love us. There's no other way to say that they just do. They love us and they're perfect. And I can't wait to talk about this. So back back last Thursday, was it October 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 2nd?
Yeah,
second?
one of those days.
Let's say second.
Third. Yeah.
Third. No, second feels right.
Yeah. Number 2.
We feel good about it. Last week, Ghost of Yotei launched. Jerica and I and Patrick were able to get our hands on a copy, and we've been playing it ourselves. Patrick, we gave him a little bit of a breather this week because we're about to pound that thick old booty of his. You know what I'm talking about?
Go to Pound Town on the thick booty. Yes.
So we got to give him a break. Got to give him a breather. And so Jerica and I were like, we'll take the reins and we'll take over a spotlight tonight to discuss the reins. Speaking of the reins, I can't wait to know what you named your horse, if you remember it, because I definitely can't tell you what my horse's name is.
I wrote down other words so I'd pronounce them right. I didn't do that one. Hold on.
If we have the same horse name, Horse Girls for life. Be okay.
I looked this up. I translated it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean the same thing that Google's telling me. So I don't trust Google.
Well, that's fair. So while Jerica's looking her horse name up, kind of want to start off just a little bit, talk a little bit about our history personally with Ghost of Tsushima. For those of you, and I don't know how you would live in a world in which you would know what this is, but Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei is the follow-up to the hit, what was it, 2020 title?
Yeah,
that feels right.
I only remember because it came out like a month after Last of Us Part 2.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you're right, 100%. Yeah, then it got kind of overshadowed by The Last of Us Part 2, which I felt like was definitely a bummer. Jin Sakurai is a little bit of a white blanket of a character, and I can't wait to talk about the adjustments here. But Ghost of Yotei is a sequel, not a sequel, pseudo sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. They're doesn't seem to be much in there. That this could be different. I haven't gotten far enough in the game for there to be any sort of reveals about this. It has ties to the first game, set somewhat a couple hundred years after the first game, but it's still set in Japan, just a different part of Japan. So Ghost of Tsushima, you essentially are a disgraced samurai who learns to become like an assassin, and you basically hunt down the cons and try to reclaim your family's name back. That's very simple story. Really cool game. If you've never played it, then highly recommend, obviously fucking play Ghost of Tsushima. It's a great game. So pause there. I think it's enough. I want to open up the floor about your history. Did you play it? What did you think of the original? Just give me some overall thoughts. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, I played it as soon as it came out. I will say coming off the just right after The Last of Us Part 2, I got really used to the incredible like facial capture technology that they have Naughty Dog is able to make happen. So I remember when I first hopped in thinking, ugh, this game doesn't look great, but I'm gonna keep pushing through because I'm excited for this type of game. And then that just obviously fell by the wayside and became just something that didn't matter because I fell in love with the gameplay of Tsushima. And it was so much fun. It was beautiful. Like, I finally have that game that, like, and I can't wait to get into it later, but even Tsushima was such a vibe, and the artistry and the way that you can apply the different visual modes. So it was just on such a stage for anyone that enjoys samurai movies. I really can't think of besides Tsushima and Yotei, like I really haven't found my like samurai game and like a game that takes place in Japan because like I love anime. I love Japan. Like me and Audrey have been planning a trip for years. We literally had it planned in 2020, but then COVID happened. So we are still like got money in the bank, like trying to go because like the culture is so interesting. I'm literally trying to pay High Score Weekly to like get in my suitcase and be my tour guide because I feel like you could do a great job. So being able to be in this world and see it and this beauty is just like in the music and like nothing's like even in Tsushima going to Yotei like what's the romanticized like I don't feel that from this game. Like nothing seems like a cheap ad, honestly. Like it seems like they
Nothing
did their
feels
research.
tacked on.
Yeah, it seems honest and yeah, I love this world so much and I'm glad they made another game in this universe.
It's interesting you say that. I think that's a really good point. I was reading something about the new Ed Gein Netflix movie series thing with the dude Charlie Hunman from Sons of Anarchy, and people were just like, "This is so fucking like exaggerated." There are just things in here that are just like not even. There's no way that like what the fuck like this so just blown out of proportion. So I think that that's a very good call out that everything in this world feels outside of maybe foxes that want to play with you all the time, which like I don't think that's true most likely, but everything feels low key like this would happen. Everything feels authentic. And the Japanese government apparently agrees. There's been a lot of comments about both of those. Now, I played Ghost of Tsushima when it came out. I definitely would say that it's kind of a toss up for me on like which one I would say is the game of the year compared to Last of Us Part 2 or Tsushima. I will say like Jin Sakurai, like I said before, is kind of a wet blanket as a character. But I get it too in terms of like samurai because I'm a big samurai movie guy. I love Akira Kurosawa's films. I love my favorite one of my favorite film series of all times, Lone Wolf and Cub. If you've never seen that, that is like one of the greatest samurai film franchises. 7 movies, fucking incredible. So love Lone Wolf and Cub. I love these type of things and how cinematic Tsushima is and how it was including these modes that made you feel like you were playing a Kurosawa film in real life was such this revolutionary thing to me. So kind of going into Yotei, I was a little nervous as someone who platinum Tsushima and who gone through all this, like, we've done it before, we've seen it before. You can make a game look prettier, maybe. Like, what can you do to like expand upon a game like Tsushima that is such this like unique beast in and of itself? And so kind of came in, my expectations were that the game was going to be good, probably great, but I would just feel like I was kind of like retreading territory, you know? And then in regards to the fact that this year has been absolutely slammed to the fucking gills with absolute banger after banger. I mean, Blueprints came out this year. If you remember that we all talked about that game for forever. That came out this year. And so talking about Ghost, I was like, this is going to be too late in the year. We're washed out at this point. Don't expect. I'll go ahead and say right now, kind of spoil a little bit. Front runner for game of the year. Which is fucking insane to say.
I'm in a similar spot. Like, I can confidently say right now, it can move, but it's sitting at 2 or 3. By 2 and 3 game of the year, keep sort of swapping around. Then that first game, I'm like, maybe this can go here instead. I'm gonna wait to the end of the year to like reveal my full thoughts.
Sure.
But I will say it's at least number 3 for my game of the year.
And keep in mind too, my game of the year is so fucking busted.
What is it?
Because I haven't played Donkey Kong, the new Bonanza. I haven't played Donkey Kong Bonanza. I haven't played the new Mario Kart. So there are games that I haven't played that would potentially be.
Don't worry about Mario Kart.
Okay. So I would say like right now, if I had to choose, like if you put a gun to my head, it's either, for me, it's Expedition 33 or Ghost of Yotei.
That's where I'm at right now.
Right. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's like, okay, so like both of these games,
which is crazy because I played Death Stranding and I reviewed it and I had the best fucking time. But I'm trying to dial it back. I'm like, I'm having so much fun playing Yotei though. Like I'm like, where is Jerica having my kind of gamer fun? What do I enjoy from video games? Yotei is giving it to me in the right amount of chunks.
Yes.
God.
And it's so, to your point, we're getting to this where I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get. I feel like it's going to be washed out. I feel like it's not going to be revolutionary. The truth is, I don't think it's revolutionary. I think it takes what Ghost of Tsushima did well, and from what I've played so far, has just made it much, much better. It's like going from Vice City to San Andreas. Vice City is already like a great fucking game, right? Classic, absolute fucking classic. San Andreas is just a better version, down to literally every single facet. And even the main character playing as Atsu, and her story it's a very simple story. And I've seen people be like, oh, well, it's just a revenge story. All Sony can do is revenge. What else would a
samurai do, though? Like, I want to be compelled to murder.
Yes.
So it's going to be a revenge tale.
Lone Wolf and Cub, and I know we're going to reference this even more. And if it's on HBO Max right now, if you still have an HBO Max subscription, because they just increased prices as well. So I don't blame you if you got rid of it, because why would you have it? But if you do have it, Lone Wolf and Cub is on there. You can watch all of those movies. Come to my house. I'll watch them with you in my theater.
Okay.
My thing is, the story of them is like, it's like my family's murdered. Me and my toddler son are on the road to hell. And along the way, we will kill everyone involved. That is the samurai story. This is the samurai story. My family was murdered. I am on the road to hell, and I'm killing everyone along the way. And it is tonally perfect. This is the most absolute perfect story that would be set in this particular game. And I think the people who are like, Sony can only tell revenge stories is like, fuck you. Like, this is it. This is what we're doing.
I saw that article. What was it like? I feel like it was IGN or somebody. Like, I can't remember. I saw that article or something got pulled up like in my news feed. And I was like, what are we? Come on, y'all. Like, this is, no, it's different. I will say though, Atsu. I did say at one point, just like, we got Ellie in Japan. Samurai Ellie, let's go.
Did you?
Even a little eyebrow slit, I love a good lesbian eyebrow slit. Not that I'm saying that Atsu's a lesbian.
Do you think so?
Oh, well, I think Atsu likes all kinds of people. I think
Here's
Atsu
the thing.
gets what she can
I
and is
think she
down
probably does.
for it.
I feel terrible. I clicked a button too quickly. One of
Oh,
the hot springs
cool.
has the option to choose one of the things to think over as
Oh, I
touch
got it
of
too.
another. Did
Yep,
you do it? Did you do it?
yeah,
What did she say?
yeah,
What
yeah.
did she say?
It was like something like, "I miss having someone, and I miss being able to feel that emotion without getting kicked out," or something, like got
Mm.
caught and got kicked out. Like, I think that was my dialogue. What was yours? Maybe I'm misremembering.
I didn't. I accidentally clicked too fast and I clicked the other option,
Oh, that's what
which was
okay.
like my
Hold
relationship with
on.
my horse or something. And I was like, I want to know what you're thinking about. Tell me about that
Oh
horse.
my let's see.
This is so
Atsu.
fucking funny. That's so it I do so Mongoose says, especially with the game franchise being an anthology, it keeps the story centered while giving us more of what we loved in Tsushima. Correct. Or that even better, probably this one is not revolutionary, which I'm liking more than I thought I would. I had the same fears of it being a simple upgrade, but but I love about it. Which I mean, yeah, that's I think spot on. It's not a simple upgrade, right? It's it on the surface, I feel like it looks like a simple upgrade. Graphically, it looks better. Like it just looks better graphically. The
Yes.
going in and playing the Takashi Miike mode and getting muddy and bloody.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I'll say this too. I'm gonna get like really nerdy for a second. I fucking love Takashi Miike. He's this absolutely unhinged Japanese director who made like films like Visitor Q, which is disgusting. He made Ichi the Killer, which is considered one of the most fucked up, like bloody films of all time. But he's also known for like samurai movies. And he did one 13 Assassins, which is very similar in vibe and tone. The whole movie is just like set in the woods in Japan. It's just mud and blood, and that's it. And so I was like playing for a huge chunk of the game in Miike mode, and it's just like I'm covered in nothing but blood and mud. And I was like, this fucking rules, man. It's like the coolest fucking thing in the world. But I think that's it, right? It's not just like while on surface level, there is upgrades of like graphically or the modes have been added on, things like that. But the bones of the game, I feel like, have been upgraded as well. Like, I
Yeah,
feel
like
like a lot of that, which I kind of want to start to dive now more into like more finite and talk a little bit more about, these specific things with like, let's talk about gameplay changes. None of this is really spoilery. We're not going to get too deep into spoilers, but like you have different weapons than just your katana. And you get to utilize more weapons in a katana, which changes the way that you play. And
shit, the learning of the dual katana, like what you go through to learn how to use your left hand was so fucking cool.
where did you go first? Because you can start off, there's two branching paths at the beginning of the game where you can start off by you kill the first person you need to kill. It's a story beat in the very beginning. Then you opens
Uh-huh.
up and you say, you can go kill the fox or the Oni, the Kitsune or the Oni. Did you go the Kitsune? Did you go to the forest with like the ice, like the snow?
No, I have not made
No,
it to
you
the
went.
snow yet.
Okay, so you're taking on the Oni. Okay, I went the Oni first as well. So you got the dual katanas. Have you picked up the spear as well?
Haven't got the spear.
Okay, I got the spear. I got the spear. I haven't done the dual katana, so I love this conversation.
Oh
I want to
shit.
hear about the. I want you to tell me about the dual katanas first, though.
Yeah, I won't give too much away, but you go to the top of Mount Yotei where someone that was a good friend of your father, I guess was a very skilled samurai, somebody that can use two swords. And that's why Atsu's going there to learn how to dual wield katanas. Gets there, and I won't do any story spoilers, but you have to learn how to use your left or your non-dominant hand. And so, where you go and cut bamboo, like they're putting you through trials where you have to cut the bamboo, but with only your left side of your controller. And the combinations are
Oh,
very hard to do with just your left hand. It just makes you feel weak using your left
that's
hand.
so fucking cool. That's so fascinating. The way that they do with the spear is you actually have to go fishing with it. So you have to do like a fishing mini game with the spear.
Shut up. That's
Yes,
cool.
it's the way in that there's so many things I think about this, and This is, I think, the other thing too. This is the first game since Astrobot. Not that like there's many games outside of Astrobot that does this, that like actually uses the DualSense like controller as like an
I will
actual
always
physical
be
device.
just always promoting, please do weird stuff like this with your controller. It never gets old to me.
Yes. And they do weird fucking shit with this controller in this game. But I love that. So that's so cool. Yeah, the spear is so you have to go. You go out and meet this guy who's basically like fending off these raiders. And like you have to go out and you're like on the coast of like this of like of
That's
in
cool.
Izo. And so you're on the coast and there's all these cliffs and stuff. And like you have to go down and it's like the waves are crashing and are just like it's way more, it feels way bigger than, and Tsushima had like coastal areas too, but this feels bigger.
It does.
And it's such a cool thing. And I think like the gameplay aspect with it, because once you get that, and I'm not sure, I'm assuming dual katanas probably tells you the same thing, but with the spear, you have to now the game basically tells you like, look, if you're fighting someone with a katana, the spear is not going to be helpful. So you need
Yep.
to switch. And then like you need to, and so you're constantly changing your approach during duels to be like, what is the best advantage I have? And switching that up. And it adds a complexity to the game
It's
that like
good.
I
It's good.
wasn't expecting.
It's a fun complexity too, because I
Yes.
think about Tsushima, I felt like it was super slow and hard to get in swapping your stances, and it was hard for me to
Right.
remember for some reason like what stance I need for what situation.
And you
But I
could
feel
just
like it was
play through
hard
without
to
it
do.
either. Right.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay in this stance and just suffer because I feel like it was just a few extra two steps or like click
Mhm.
and to get to it was really hard. But with this, I think it's like you're right, R1
Yeah.
or L1, R1, and then you can change your stance within seconds, depending on what type of weapon your enemy is using. So you got to swap it up, and it's fun. It's fun
Yeah.
swapping back and forth, and it's badass. It looks badass every time.
Yeah. And then they've also thrown in like a grappling hook, which I feel like has also upped like the platforming aspects, which has made that more fun. But I think really the big thing to me is and Tsushima did it, where it would be like you follow the wind. There's no waypoints and things like that. You're going to follow the wind. The wind will take you. There's little nuances in the world that'll show you like, oh, the watch the breeze if the breeze moves and watch for a bird and things and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, cool. It made sense, but it felt a bit hokey. It's
Mhm.
baked in so much better, I think, in Yotei,
I'm
where
not
you
being
now have
hit
a
in the face with it. I feel like I'm
right,
not like Snow White in the forest. Who's in the forest? Some fairy
fucking a
tale
bunch of
princess with
dwarves.
all
Yeah.
the animals are like
Yeah.
and we're just singing. It's not like that anymore. Not a lot of animals in your face,
Right.
but there are
That is true.
herds of horses that I
There
hate.
are hordes of that you will and deer that you will constantly run into. But I think one of the things is with the like with the way that they do the open world now, because you now have a spyglass, is that they do
Mhm.
really interesting things where they like you'll be standing there looking at like with your spyglass, you'll be like, oh, go look at this encampment here. But you'll notice as you're like kind of getting zoomed in or like looking for it, you'll notice like, whoa, that's a weird looking tree. And
Yeah.
then as you like you turn to zoom in on it, it'll be like whoop, and it'll pull up and it'll be like, this is a spot you need to go to. Well, oh shit. Or like, oh, I see a waterfall in the distance. Like, I know I gotta go to that waterfall. Something's gonna be in that waterfall. And then I think the other thing, and this is I think the biggest thing, and makes me feel like I think they learned more from Elden Ring than they did from Tsushima with a lot of this stuff, or
Hmm.
maybe Breath of the Wild is like how you will just natively stumble into random things that are important that you did not know were important.
Yeah.
Like that moment of like realizing like, oh fuck, I'm in the middle of a side quest that I did not know was a side quest. I had one, and this might be a slight spoiler, and I do apologize if I'm ruining this for anyone, but I
Hmm.
found a guy on the side of the road who was getting like he was being about to be killed by bandits who was like robbing him, which is like a very normal experience to have in one of these games to find someone being robbed and you save them and then
Yeah,
they go,
you're like, "All
here's
right, let me."
400 and here's 450 mon, and then you're like, thank you, I'll take your money, and then you leave, right? In this case, the guy's like, hey, I'll give you more if you come and help me because my wife's giving birth and they're being hunted. And I was like, what
God,
the shit?
this is
That turns
escalating.
into one of the coolest side quests that I just like fucking stumbled into. Like walk away from these moments being like, this is what I want from a game like this. we've got games and people are like, oh, well, this is Assassin's Creed Shadows 2 this year. It's like, no, it's not. Like, I haven't played Shadows yet, and I don't know if I want to after playing this, because I feel like I'm going to be so upset with the amount of things that are located on the map. And I'm so used to like having to like actually work for it with this, and I'm enjoying that part. Then like I want more, and it's like expertly done, which like I don't know what to say. I just that works. But Jerica, I want to hear more like your feelings about the map and stuff. I also want you to talk to us a little about what you think, because you've been big into the lo-fi beats, I know, as well.
Yeah, like I've been I go back and forth, but really I leave I pulled up so I don't butcher his name. I know him. Do I say his name often? No. Watanabe. 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 Did I get it, chat? Someone correct me. Or not.
You did.
Just say, oh, you did great, Jerica. But I love the whole vibe that mode adds to your experience. And I think all like any of the modes that change visuals or music will do this, where obviously I'm just riding my horse and you just got your lo-fi chill beats, like you're listening. Then you get into combat and the music will change and get much faster and matches the moment that you're in. And
Right.
I didn't realize it did that. And I thought maybe it would just stop. It was just for like casual rides on your horse, but no, like the music's there even during your combat scene. So like I am in love. I was like, cool, I'm leaving this fucking on the rest of the game. This is
Yeah, I did too.
badass. This is so cool.
Yeah. I do kind of want to like on some of these like bigger boss fight moments, I do want to be like, all right, I want to try just to see. I want to try
Yeah.
it just to see like what the orchestral score, because the normal score is still great. It's like it's old, Japanese. You're playing the guitar, the sitar or whatever it's called. You get to play one, and you get to carry. There's a cool thing you can unlock where you can actually like play a certain song that like brings a wolf companion out that'll like help you in encampments and stuff.
Cool.
So it's so cool. Oh man, dude, it's so fucking cool. I had this moment. Sorry, we're just geeking out for a second. I had this moment where I'm walking up and I'm in this cool fucking kimono with this sweet ass fucking hat with my guitar out, and I'm playing the Song of the Wolf as I'm walking up. So the wolf is like coming, and then it gives me the standoff where like I'm like walking up and all these people are coming up at me as I'm doing the standoff. Then the fucking wolf comes up and we're just striking people down. It was this moment where I sat there and I was like, this is a fucking samurai movie. This is so fucking cool. Absolutely just astounding levels. And the more I play, the more I'm like, I'm just enamored by this game in a way that like I don't feel like I haven't been enamored by a game this year like this outside of like Expedition 33, which is once again. So I'm excited to see where the game goes, because I've heard the story only gets better the further you go in. So there's a chance that it might be where I like get to the end, because truth is I do feel like Expedition 33 drops off in the third act. And so if this picks up in the third act, then that might be the thing that ends this race at the end. But I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna go stop. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna jump in.
Are we gonna talk about the coin flipping game at some point?
Oh my fucking
coin
God.
flick, please.
Okay.
Just making sure it makes the list somewhere.
Let's talk about it now. Because I want to ask you if you turn on accessibility options for this, because I had to.
No. I'm not. I'm trying not to promote myself, but it might.
Are you really good?
I'm really fucking good. I have video to prove it.
Okay. I want to. We're gonna upload this online.
I should. Now that I've made this,
we have to. Yeah, it's cutting.
I will.
Somewhere right now, High Score Weekly is already cutting this clip together.
He's in my PlayStation. He's got it.
He's in it.
I did record it.
I'm so bad at it. I had to put accessibility options on because I couldn't figure out how hard I was supposed to flick it at any given point.
Listen, I can coach you through some flicking techniques. You know what I'm saying?
I come to the master.
You did.
She knows how to use that pointer finger.
I'm so good at it.
decades of
fun.
practice. Okay, I want to bring up Gianni DeCrosta. He wrote in. We asked the audience. We said, guys, who out there has been playing? We want to know what you're thinking. And he came back. He said, I've only got about 2 hours so far, but off the bat, I'm vibing with way more with Atsu's revenge story than I did with Jin's and Tsushima. The spaghetti western influences are also top tier and gives it that almost Tarantino feel that is setting it apart from the first game stylistically. And big shout out to the little touch of changing the aspect ratio every time you're on the horse. It's a little thing, but it goes a long way from a cinematic standpoint. There is a thing I will say, just double clicking on the right analog stick when you're
I
on
had
your
to look
horse
that up
is like
'cause
a game changer.
I didn't like keeping it on. I was like, "This is annoying me."
Yeah,
It was cool for a little
yeah,
bit, but I was like, I'm ready to have it." I'm glad it's an
right,
option, but I was like, "Oh, okay,
right.
is there a way to change it?" I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Which I will say, this game, the one thing I'm annoyed by is that I haven't found, and there maybe is a way, but you can't like just you can't change the control settings. I just want the camera to be somewhere other than because I accidentally
Yeah.
do photo mode way too much. I just want to put it somewhere else. I don't click it all the time. That's a small grievance when there's so many accessibility options. And one thing I will say I love about it is I'm playing on custom difficulty where I'm
Hmm.
playing on combat hard. Combat is on hard, stealth is on easy because I'm bad at stealth games. And so I've adjusted it to be more so my play style offers me more fun. I have way more challenge in a hand-to-hand combat. So if I do end up fucking up my stealth, I'm like, okay, I'm having fun there, but like the stealth options, I'm not just immediately getting caught because I'm too fat and stupid and
That's
running around like a
awesome.
dumbass. So like
Yeah.
just a really cool feature, and I have been enjoying that. I think games are starting to pick this up more. Like, I do also love the slider, where people just like, how hard do you want it to be on a slider? Another great option is when you do just perfect. I love a good slider. But I do love those things. But I do want to, I want to ask a couple questions before we get into like our final impressions, because we will both get back and we'll play more of this game later. But I do want to open up the floor one more time for another question, and that's what comes next. We've gotten some time into Tsushima. We kind of know what we're doing right now. Jonesing with it. Do we want Sucker Punch to remain in the world of feudal Japan, or do we want to see Sucker Punch do something different next?
I think they have an option here.
Mhm.
Obviously, I hope just like most PlayStation studios aren't being pushed into a corner to do specific games. Hopefully they're not. Um, but I feel like without it being Assassin's Creed, because it's not, but I
Right.
could see them doing more historical games where you take a character and put them in a more realistic situation. Remove the weird bullshit that's in Assassin's Creed, which we like
Sure.
occasionally, right? But
Right.
like, I don't know, like I'd like to see their take on a a game that takes place during the Roman Empire. I don't know history. Like, I want them to do that more and
Mhm.
not just say like Ghost of whatever in Japan. Like, that'd be cool for them to take this formula and put it somewhere else.
Right.
But also, that doesn't allow them to explore different types of game creations. And I know, like Sly Cooper, Infamous, people want it so bad. I just don't know if they'll ever go back to it. I don't think they
Then
will.
that's a fair point. I don't think that we'll see them go back, which is such a bummer because I do feel like there's a lost love for the place, like for the mascot platformers like that. And I
Yeah.
don't think there's a world for Sucker Punch unless Sucker Punch does like Insomniac, and I hope they do, where they break off a chunk of Sucker Punch and are like, hey, you guys are there. We got a team making Wolverine, we got a team making Spider-Man, and then we got a team making Ratchet and Clank. Like maybe Sucker Punch gets to that point where they're big enough where we can get them to go back to something like Sly Cooper. I would love to see him go back to Infamous. Fuck, just give me a goddamn remaster of Infamous 2. I just want two. And the DLC as well. Just give me two and the
I've
DLC. Call it
never
a
played
day. That's fine.
Infamous. I
Infamous
missed it.
fucking rules.
Miss
You would
I
love
know.
Infamous.
I've seen gameplay. I've watched a lot about it, but I've never just sat down and played. Um,
I just want to say real quickly that the Rabbit 128's finally in the chat. Finally in the chat.
oh god, here we
He
go.
always talks about how he's gonna be here. I'm always gonna be here. He's never fucking here. He's never fucking here. Doesn't care about us. Doesn't fucking care about us at all. All right. So I'm there with you on that. I do think that I want to see them come back. I do think that there's a world in which I would love more. I would love more of it. I would love more of these feudal Japan games, but I do want to see Sucker Punch spread their wings more and do something else too. I think they got so
I
much
think
talent.
they got a art style. They got a vibe. They're I think more than ever they have, like, to me as someone that hasn't played Infamous and, Sly Cooper, like, I know those games, but I've never
Right.
known Sucker Punch's DNA, but now I sort of can see that sort of story they've told with their games. So, like, yeah, I want to see them do something different. Like, but I
Sure.
won't be mad if there's another Ghost of whatever. I will
Right.
take it.
I'll take it as well.
But I
You know
really hope
what?
they
Oh,
do with
yeah.
I'm sorry, you brought up,
Mhm.
like, I really hope that maybe that's, like, some kinda development routine or foundation, whatever, I don't know. Something that these studios could figure out to where they got a team working on different things at different times, and that way they always have something, like, in the pipeline. So I think you brought up something really cool. It'd be cool if they did
Right.
pull, like, what Insomniac does and have, like, a team working on a smaller title in between these big, huge
And I
games,
think
like
I think for PlayStation to continue to like reign supreme as like the premier development group, they kind of have to do that. I don't think that they can justify having just one singular title drop a year. Like Xbox fumbled the bag, but like they drop a lot of games and they don't really seem like they're slowing down, but they also have 42 development studios that well, I mean, they've laid off half of those, but like, that's why they're charging you more money is to lay off so they can lay off more. They're like holding guns to these people's heads, being like, we will lay off these people if you don't pay more money. Like, it's your hands. It's not us. We're record 5 billion record breaking dollars this year. Not us, not our problem. That's a you. That's a you problem. If you do this, you don't do it, you don't do it, bye-bye. Well, here we go. Let's say we round this bad boy out. Let's say we take this home and we do a little thing that Patrick rarely ever does, and that is the game release calendar update. So let's do a little release radar here. I'm gonna do this. I love doing this, Jerica. So I'm gonna do this like
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna run through. I'm gonna drop names for games, and I want you to
Okay.
tell me whether you hot or cold on them. Hot or cold on
Okay.
these games.
Okay.
Starting off with today, the release today for PlayStation 5, Xboxes, and PC, King of Meat. What do you think about that?
I'm hot on it. I love the
You're
title.
hot? Hot on
Mhm.
I'm hot on
Just
King
the
of Meat.
title. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's
Nope.
even about. Someone in chat, pull up something and send us someone and just go to Discord. We'll talk about Discord in a bit. Go to that Discord channel. Throw us a fucking King of Meat trailer. Coming on October 9th, we get both Absalom as well as Yuka Replayly, which very excited about that. Hot or cold on these? Do you know what are you a fan of any? I don't know what the fuck Absalom is, but Yuka Replayly. Yeah, are you a
Yeah.
fan? Another platform, mascot
Yeah.
platformer.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know what the first one is either. Ukulele, right? Is it the same? Is that
Yeah,
your yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'm just like,
yeah.
that's what I say in my head. So I'm like making sure I'm
Ukulele's
hearing it
great.
right.
I
Yeah.
love it. I fucking
I like
love
those guys.
ukulele. I love it. All right, here we go.
Played
We're gonna
whatever
go
came
through.
out first. That's it.
So it's fun. I was been playing Cow the Kangaroo, which
Yeah.
is this. There was a I didn't know this. They had a re-release or not re-release. They had a new game drop in 2022, I think. It was on sale for $4 the other day, so I picked it up. Honestly, man, fucking worth grabbing it. If you can get it for $5 or less, worth it. Worth every fucking penny. Honestly, if you can get it $10 for less, worth every fucking penny. Man, put the mascot platformers, a dying breed. We got to support them however we can to get them back.
I
Astrobot,
haven't thought about this kangaroo in so fucking long. And then you just
so
brought it up. Like, that's hilarious.
it's just I'm
Another
telling you, you can get him. He might still be on sale on PlayStation. That's where I got it for $4 or $5. So
oh
just
my
saying,
god.
worth it, worth it. All right, dropping on October 10th. We got a few games on October 10th. We got Battlefield 6, Dreams of Another, and Little Nightmares 3. Anything stand out for you amongst those three games?
Little Nightmares 3 for sure.
Little Nightmares 3. Okay.
I just won't get to it anytime soon.
Let me tell you a game that I'm excited about, and that's on October 15th. It's called Ball X Pit. I don't know what it is, but it's got
Are we
ball
jumping
in
in
the
a ball
title.
pit?
I don't know. Someone in Discord, tell me if
Are
that
we
game is
looking are we
fictional or
digging through a
not.
ball? Imagine digging through a ball pit to find people's lost children in, like,
Oh,
those,
brother.
like
Dude, messy pod about VHS Halloween. Messy fucking pod about VHS Halloween coming soon. October 16th. I don't pumping the brakes for a second. Can't remember if you were up on this or down on this. Pokemon Legends Pizza. Nope,
I
not
don't
on it.
care.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm not my thing with it is I'm not gonna play it on the Nintendo Switch. I'll end up getting a Switch 2 eventually. I wanna play it there. Like,
Mhm.
seeing the difference between the 2, I'm just like, I know this thing's gonna be fucking
I
gross
still
on the
gotta play
Switch.
Scarlet because apparently it's better than
Or
what I
Scar
think.
I
So,
look, if people hating on it, unjustly, unjustly. We got a couple games dropping on October 17th. One's a big game, and I think it's potentially Microsoft's last chance of getting a Game of the Year contender in on this calendar cycle, and that is Keeper.
oh,
Keeper
yeah,
and
yeah,
Lumo
yeah.
2. Okay, I want you to tell me, just throwing up here, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think, or on a scale of 1 to 100 Metacritic, where do you think Keeper's gonna fall?
I feel like it'd be an 8, 7 or
An
8.
8? Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So
I'm
we
gonna
don't
play
think it's
safe.
gonna be where it's not gonna be like a Sword in the Sea, where it's gonna be, like,
God,
unjustly given a
it
score that doesn't deserve,
it's
like
hard
a
to tell.
90.
I'm just trusting my gut. I
Mm,
hope I'm surprised and it's like,
right.
"Oh my god, it's a must play. Put down everything. Put down your
Yeah.
yotes and go to Keeper
That was
Day."
good. That
I
was good.
tried.
You
Uh,
did.
it was
You
okay.
did. It was
It was
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's alright.
whatever.
October 21st is an absolute fucking banger day. We got a bunch of shit.
We
So,
banging.
we banging. Ba-pow. Kayla Gray says she gives it an 80. She says 80 in the chat.
Wow,
Or she's
okay.
talking about your age, Jerica. I'm not sure. It could
Back
be
in
an
my
insult.
day, we used to always give games an 80.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. October 21st. This is when I need to get wrapped up with Yotei. I don't have a lot of time for this because we get Painkiller, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Ninja Gaiden 4, and what I am most looking for and what I secretly picked up for Fantasy Critic
Hmm?
because I have a lot of faith in this. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I have a lot of faith in this game. I really think that this is going to be a game that is going to shock a lot of people. This, I think, is going to be the game that's going to be like the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's going to be like
Okay.
everyone's gonna be like, holy fuck, this is fucking cool. How the fuck do we not know about this? And it's just going to be me over here being like, I fucking told you guys you should have played Yakuza Infinite Wealth because Like a Dragon ripped. It ripped, okay? So I stand by that. It'll come out, I have a feeling, with a 72.
Hmm.
I said the same last year with Stalker 2. I was like, this game's gonna rip. You guys are gonna love it. And then it was just buggy as shit. I kind of worried that's gonna be this game too. It's just gonna be buggy as shit. Like it's gonna be like an 85 to a 95 range of like what the game actually is, but it's just gonna be so buggy it gets dropped so far. That's my expectation. That being said, it is being developed by the Chinese room. And for what it's worth,
Hmm.
everything they put out so far has been pretty solid in terms of like
Yeah.
foundation wise. So fingers
Hmm.
crossed. Moving on, October 23rd is another big day. We get Bounty Star, The Lonesome Guild, Persona 3 Reload, Plants vs. Zombies, and Tormented Souls 2. I don't feel like I asked you the last set of anything you were excited about from there. Anything on this batch? Nothing here standing out to you?
No.
No.
Nah.
Not Plants vs. Zombies replanted for the Nintendo Switch 2.
If people come out and say, "Hey, must play, get in
Mm,
there, come
let's
get your
get in
zombies and your
there.
plants," you're really missing out on this one. They have changed the game. There's
What is
more
the
than just
odds
this.
that we get a Plants vs. Zombies Jake Twitchin Jamboree? I would think he would dress up like a fucking sunflower and sit there and play
Oh,
fucking
that'd be
Plants vs.
cute.
Zombies
I need to
replanted.
see it. Yeah,
He
I
would
would be there
100%
just
do it.
yeah,
Oh god
yeah.
damn it. Are we gonna have to post that in the business Discord so he'll do it? I hate this
Idea,
world.
idea. Yeah, let's do it. Or let
Um
him do it so we can be entertained.
Yeah, I mean, I like being entertained. Let me tell you
Yep.
something that will 1000% entertain me. Coming October 24th, Once Upon a Katamari.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I'm so fucking excited. Patrick gave me this stuffed Katamari. It's the prince rolling the Katamari, and the little prongs are magnetic, and the prince's hands stick to him, so it looks like he's pushing it. It's
That's cool.
not displayed down here. I have it in my living room. I love it so much. I want everyone to see it when they come over. That's how much I love it. Speaking of a game that I'm going to go out on a limb and say isn't going to do well performatively, that's going to be on October 29th with The Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, no. I saw the last trailer and I was like,
yeah, it doesn't.
it's
It's
just like
not.
leaning in too hard to the goofiness, and I'm like, I don't want that from their games. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm the unique one here. Maybe people want more of
Look,
that silliness.
I don't think they do. I think that was the problem. People want Fallout. And
Yeah.
this game is like, we are Fallout, but we're set in not Fallout world. Kayla Gray says, I'm excited for the Lonesome Guild. Kayla, what is that? Because I don't think either one of us knows what that is.
I don't know what it is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's coming to PC, the Xboxes, and PlayStation 5, and drops on October 23rd. So whatever that is, will be dropping then. Kayla's excited. Another game that I think has potential to be cool, but we'll see. Arc Raiders dropping on October 30th.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that might be cool. It's a
I'll
what
sniff around
worries
it.
me. Yeah, what worries me is that I'm getting some vibes of like it's a $40 price tag
Mm,
for a game that should probably be free to play. Helldivers 2, I think, was the same way, but it was successful at a $29 price tag, I think, when it came out. So, like, yeah, maybe, I guess there's a world in which. So, I don't know. Arc Raiders, I think for the Destiny people, this is something that I think might satiate them. Like you tell me, Jerica, you're a Destiny person.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna speak from my perspective as
Mhm.
me, Jerica, the Destiny player. I could care less. I'm not
Sure,
even playing Destiny right now, and I don't need another Destiny like game. That's already
sure.
too much Destiny.
You
Just
just need
knowing
Borderlands
Destiny is
4.
out there. I can't even get to Borderlands 4. And that's what I really want to play. I want to go back to that so much. We got so many
Dude,
keys. We got so many
my
Randy keys.
dude. I got 25. I got
Mm,
25
I'm
fucking
redeeming
gold
those
keys.
bitches every
Randy
day.
Pitchford out here just trying to satiate our bloodlust. My wife is so
Fuck.
fucking addicted to that game. We fight over who gets to play, me, Yotei, or her Borderlands 4. So we just play Borderlands 4 because I can play with her, so I can get like that little bit of
Well,
dopamine hit. We
there's
should.
like
Oh
a
my god, should we do a couples Borderlands
I
4
think
playthrough?
I think we need to hop in because like there is like a
Yeah.
temporary boss guy right now that you can fight to get something special. It's
Oh,
limited time.
oh,
And I
I
was like,
like
we
that.
gotta hop back in there at least to do that because I don't want to miss out on
Dude, can
limited
you
time.
do co-op in co-op from the same like I guess you can have like
Yeah.
two-player co-op from one screen playing with other people. Yes.
Yeah, I
We
think
can
you
fucking
can.
do it. We
That'd
can
be that'd
fucking
be
do it.
that'd be
Kayla
fun.
says the Lonesome Guild is a farm creature collector from Don't Nod. That actually sounds cool.
It
That sounds
looks
cool.
I don't think you should sleep on it. I looked it up just now. There's a demo,
Okay.
you can play a demo. It looks
All right.
pretty
All right.
it looks pretty legit.
All right.
I
Well,
don't
you hear
sleep
it
on
here
it.
first, folks. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's round this bad boy out. We're getting close to Halloween. And you know what? 4 games. That 3 games, because I just realized one of them has been delayed. 3 games. Wow, I can't believe I pulled an old list here. All right,
Woo!
October 30th, we get Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. October 30th, we also get Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Very excited about that. We were going to get Mina the Hollower, the
Oh
next game
yeah.
from the Shovel Knight devs, but they delayed it. And I don't think we have a release date. And then the last game coming out on October 31st is something that I am actually very excited about as well. And that is Tales of Xillia Remastered, which just fucking love a Tales game, man. Just fucking love a Tales
Never
game.
played one. I'm behind.
Brother, you are missing out. Tales is just it's Tales. It's perfect. It's just the perfect JRPG for me.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. I definitely recommend if you've never played a Tales game, I would definitely say try Tales of Arise. Like it's just if you want to see like it's just a really good action JRPG. Just a really good JRPG, fun shit. It's not turn-based. You can be cool with it though. It's a fun game, looks beautiful, great story, XYZ. Well, that wraps up the games release calendar update, the games radar. So we're gonna go and pop on. What we're doing now, again, is we're gonna end this show. I think it was a great show, Jerica. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry, that was it. This is going to just went through an hour and 20 minutes is what we did. The damage we ran through. The reputation spotlight game sullied once more by the dumpster boy. This time with Jericho. This is the first time we've ever done a show together, just the two of us. I was exciting time. I'm very excited. I do think we should still, once again, throwing this out there, messy pod for VHS Halloween because that movie fucking ruled. I watched it last night and I want to watch it again tonight because it's gory as fuck and brutal and so much fun.
Found footage is just my shit. Like that is my thing. I watch every and all of them. Anything that comes out. And just the fact that it's great. Oh, just
I'll leave you on
something. It just makes me my rolls buttered.
Yeah, your rolls are buttered.
It's melting. The butter is leaking off my roll.
Let me throw one more to you then. If you're a found footage person, it's called Goingjang.
I think I've seen it.
Asylum.
I've seen it.
Okay. That one I actually. So I do the 31 Days of Halloween every year. And so I'm currently going through and I'm pulling this year's deep cuts and cult classics. And so I pulled actually for today's, I watched Gonjang Haunted Asylum today. And I'm like, it reminds me of just like how fucking incredible of a found footage movie that is.
So fucking good.
So fucking good. We just, you know what? We're just going to do a messy pod sometime this week. We're just going to talk about this Halloween, talk about fucking found footage horror films. We're just fucking deep dive, rolling around in it. Well, guys, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you love video games as much as the two of us do. Hope you're playing Ghost of Yotei. Go burn your Xbox to the ground. And don't go to Saudi Arabia because they probably won't let you leave.
I just really hope they let my aliens have sex in the next Mass Effect game. Please let me be able. I know. The blue women, please.
We can't have blue women on blue women action. And on that note, let's all wave and say goodbye. Bye.